Hey, Shalom, Israel, Shalom, Shalom. You know, first and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh by Shemi Hawashai. This is going to be a quick little testimony through the Spirit, man. And it's beautiful to speak on your testimonies because you never know what brother and sister it can help, right? So it's a beautiful thing to speak on these testimonies because they can be spirit boosters to the nation, right? So as you can see, right, that fire right there, I don't know if you can see it. You know, before it was a big fire. You know, we were trying to start it up because we was told to burn all the wood because we doing construction, right? So we was told to burn all the wood, right? And you know, the ground was kind of wet. So you had I'm working with two Edomites right now, and they was trying everything to burn this, to keep this fire up. They was throwing the wood in it, but it wasn't. The fire would start, but it wouldn't stay. They was throwing paper in it, lighting the paper on fire, throwing it in there. We had gasoline. They were throwing gasoline on there. We got some hay right here. They was throwing the hay all in the fire, but it wasn't working. The fire wouldn't stay. You know, so the Most High put it on my spirit to think about some incense, and it's the spirit that the Lord allowed me to bring these incense because this house that we're working on right now, it stinks in the inside. So I originally brought these incense to make the house smell good. But you know, the Most High put on my spirit to remember those incense that we had. So I told them, I'm like, I got 5 incense in my car. I'm finna put them in the fire to try to catch the fire on fire. And they were like, nah, that's not gonna work. You know, which originally it was Satan. You know what I'm saying? Satan tried to make me doubt because Satan don't want you to have faith, man. Once you try to have faith, Satan gonna try to doubt you, man. He might hop on somebody to try to say that you can't do it. It's not gonna work. That's the same thing that happened. They said that's not gonna work. The incense, the fire on the incense is not big enough. It's not strong enough. An incense is not gonna work. So I like, all right. So I went to my car, right, and they were still trying to light the fire, and it wasn't working. The fire wasn't working. So they had left from the fire, right? They had left from the fire, and I went and got my incense, and I threw the incense on the fire. I lit them up on fire. Or 5 of them. I threw them at the bottom of the fire, and you know, I put my hand towards the fire like this, and I was like, in my mind, I said, Yahweh, please light this fire on fire, right? I put my hand towards the fire. I'm like, Yahweh, please light this fire on fire. So then it was time to go to lunch. So when I said that, we left, because we have an hour lunch, right? So we left for lunch. Then came back an hour later, right? I'm getting out my car, I'm walking to the fire, and like as soon as I'm walking to the fire, they told me, hey, something must have caught on to the fire because, you know, we came back, everything was burnt down, everything was burnt that was on the pile. So something must have caught to the fire. And I'm thinking in my mind, the incense, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking in my mind, that's the Most High. That's not something, that's the Most High. You know what I'm saying? And the Most High allowed them in, and they don't know that. You know what I'm saying? They don't know that because they don't know the God that we serve, man. They don't know the Most High God. But me, you know, I threw the incense in there, came back an hour later. They told me that the fire was down. And they ain't even touched the fire. Nobody touched it. So what did that? The Most High threw them incense. Just by having the faith the size of a mustard seed, man, anything can happen, man. And me having faith, I knew the incense can do it. And it was skinny incense. They wasn't a big, tall incense. They were the skinny, small incense. But I had faith, you know, that the Lord can do that. Just by that little fire, I had faith that the Lord can move that. And not the Lord can move it, but I had faith that He can set it on fire. You know what I'm saying? Just like our forefather, I think it was Elijah in the Old Testament. You know, and that's what I thought about, man. The Lord never forsook our forefathers, man. And I had faith, man. And it's a spirit that the Lord left me by the fire by myself with the incense, so I can say that prayer in my mind, and I can just sit there and watch. I'm sitting there and watching. I'm moving the hay around. I threw the incense down there. It wasn't lighting up. The thing about it is, it didn't catch on fire, you know, the first time I did it. So like that's Satan. It didn't catch on fire until, you know, we left for lunch. You know, we left for lunch. We left the fire. It wasn't on fire at all. Now, it didn't catch on fire at all. I looked at it when I was walking off. It wasn't nothing. All I seen was smoke coming up and ashes. It wasn't no fire at all. But I remember throwing them incense in there. The incense was under all that stuff. It was under all that stuff I that was on the fire, you know. But I had faith that the Lord was gonna do that, man. Came back an hour later. To my, as soon as I'm walking to the fire, they stopped me and be like, hey man, hey, the fire, everything caught on fire. Something caught on to the fire and allowed everything to burn down. So we don't gotta throw nothing else on it. I'm like, man, spirit booster right there. Already in my mind, I'm gonna make a video on this testimony right here, man. Because hey, faith, people don't understand how powerful faith is, man. Faith is very, very, very powerful, man. Faith is very, 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 very powerful, man. And it's faith the size of a mustard seed. We understand how the Most High, the God of Israel, operate, man. He operates out this world, man. He'll make it happen, man. Just by me having faith with them 5 or 6 instance, I lit them up, threw them in there. I had faith though. Said a prayer, you know what I'm saying? I had my hand to the fire like this, man. You know what I'm saying? I had faith that the Lord was gonna set that thing on fire, man. And that's the thing, man. We gotta have faith. We gotta have faith and remember how the Most High God operate, man. You know what I'm saying? He can do it. There's nothing too hard for the Lord. There's nothing too hard for the Lord, man. So I want to say this quick testimony, man, just to show what the Most High did, man. And just to remember to lean on the Most High, man, and just let him work. You know what I'm saying? Trust in the Lord and let him work. Simple. Let the Lord work. You you pray on something, and now it's time for you to let the Lord work, man. And let him do what he do. You know, so with that, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh by Shema Shai. I say shalom.